The tongue strikes deeper than the sword. And yet, we often sheath the sword but let our words run wild. How strange it is that we fear blades and blood, but rarely guard against the wounds that cannot be seen. You have survived many bruises of the body. They faded, as all things do. But the careless word of another? Or your own voice turned cruel and unexamined? These leave behind invisible scars. Scars the soul carries in silence. Do not be deceived. What you speak shapes not only the world, but the soul of the speaker. Each word is an act of creation, or destruction. Ask yourself, would you swing a blade without purpose? Then why wield your voice with less restraint? Words once spoken cannot be recalled. They echo in the mind of the listener, in the memory of the self. The Stoics did not measure wisdom by how much one said, but by how little needed saying. Remember this. When you are tempted to lash out, to speak in anger, in pride, in haste, pause. The wise person does not chase every impulse that arises. He inspects it. He waits. He decides if it is in harmony with reason and virtue. Let your speech be like the archer's arrow, deliberate, aimed, and necessary. There is power in silence. And power, too, in restraint. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The fool speaks to be heard. The wise speak to serve truth. And when others wound you with their words, let it be as wind passing over a rock. Do not absorb insult. Let it pass. For it is not the insult that wounds, it is our interpretation of it. No man can truly harm your soul without your consent. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Even when the world is cruel, you must not become cruel in return. Let others choose the sword of the tongue, you will choose the shield of reason. Forgive them. They are not their words, they are simply unaware, lost in emotion, ruled by impulse. That was once you, and may still be you, if you are not careful. Speak with dignity, even when you are angry, especially when you are angry. He who controls his tongue masters himself. Ask yourself, daily, did I speak with purpose today? Or merely to satisfy ego? Did I offer truth? Or vanity? Did I speak to heal? Or to harm? The unexamined word is like an arrow shot into the night. We may never know what it strikes or whom it wounds. Words form the architecture of our inner life. The soul becomes what it repeats. If you feed yourself harshness, you become harsh. If you speak in bitterness, you taste bitterness. But if you choose your words with kindness, patience, and clarity, then peace will echo within. Consider this. You are not responsible for how others speak, but you are entirely responsible for your reply. You cannot stop the insult, but you can stop yourself from becoming insulting. You cannot prevent the lie, but you can refuse to lie in return. You cannot control others' tongues, but yours is a kingdom in which only you are king. And what does a wise ruler do with power? He governs with justice. He speaks with calm. He listens more than he commands. Be slow to anger and slower to speak. Not because silence is always right, but because silence gives time to understand. Seneca once wrote, "Speech is the mirror of the soul. As a man speaks, so is he." So, when you open your mouth, what do others see? Do they see a storm? Or a light? Do they feel attacked? Or understood? The Stoic is not mute, he is mindful. He does not avoid speech, but wields it like a surgeon's scalpel, cutting away ignorance without harming the patient. If a single word can destroy a friendship, what then is the power of a kind word, given freely? Reputation may be built in silence, but it is preserved through speech. Use your words to uplift others, even when no one uplifts you. Speak good into the world, not because the world is good, but because you are. And when you fail, because you will. When the sharp edge of your own tongue slips and wounds another, do not excuse it. Own it. Apologize. Learn. Resolve to do better. The Stoic path is not about perfection, it is about discipline. day by day, word by word. You are what you repeat. You become what you speak. So train the tongue as you would the mind. With patience, with reflection, with an eye toward virtue. Let the foolish shout. Let the bitter gossip. Let the weak slander. You, be still. Be precise. Be kind. Not because the world deserves it, but because your soul does. A single word can betray a lifetime of self-mastery. Let that not be you. There are men who train the body with great effort, who rise before dawn to shape muscle and sharpen reflex. But when insulted, a mere word undoes them. Their face burns. Their voice rises. Their pride screams to be defended. And what is that pride, truly? A ghost. A fragile thing. The ego demands revenge. But the soul seeks stillness. True strength is not loud. It is not reactive. It is composed. It is silent. The sword cannot cut what does not rise to fight. Let your mind be that still lake, disturbed by no pebble, no splash of anger thrown by others. Words do not define you. Reputation is not identity. Your dignity comes not from what is said about you, but from what you do and what you refuse to do. When others gossip, slander, mock, listen to their words as if they were wind passing through trees. Let them go. Let them say what they must. Their judgment is theirs to carry. Yours is to remain unchanged. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So too, remind yourself. You have power over your tongue. You have power over your reaction. You have power over your legacy. Let others throw stones. You do not need to catch them. Let others shout. You do not need to match their volume. Let others try to provoke, for it reveals their weakness, not yours. Do not descend to their level. Rise. Quietly. Fully. The Stoic does not speak to dominate, he speaks to uplift. He does not speak to win, he speaks to understand. He does not speak to be seen, he speaks because it is right. If words are tools, use them with care. If they are bridges, build them strong. If they are weapons, forge none. You cannot say a word. You cannot reclaim the silence you break. So speak, but speak as one who will have to live with what he said. And what of the words you speak to yourself? These too are blades or balm. Do not let your inner voice become your enemy. Speak to your own soul with the same restraint, compassion, and clarity you wish to show the world. Say, I failed, but I will rise. I was wrong, but I will grow. I am not perfect, but I am learning. Speak gently within, and you will speak gently without. Now, bring this into your life, not merely as an idea, but as a discipline. You will be tested. Not in silence and solitude, but in the noise, in the chaos of modern life. You will feel the urge to reply to that comment, to clap back at that insult, to defend yourself in front of people who do not matter, to fight for victories that do not last. But ask yourself, to what end? Will your soul be lighter after you win this argument? Will you sleep better because you had the last word? In these moments, the Stoic breathes. He steps back. He sees the bigger picture. The insult is not the battle. Your reaction is. They may mock your stillness, but let them. They may call your silence weakness, let them. They may think they have won, let them. For you are not playing their game. You are practicing something rarer, self-command. Epictetus warned, if someone speaks badly of you, live so that no one believes it. This is strength. Quiet. Unshakable. Even on social media, the new battlefield of egos. What good is it to go viral if it means you've sacrificed your peace? You do not need to correct every falsehood. You do not need to clap back. You do not need to lower yourself to the standards of the noisy world. Be still. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Truth needs no defense from the wise. And if you must speak, let it be rare, and let it be real. Say what is true. Say what is useful. say what builds. And if not, say nothing. Remember, the world will tempt you every day to abandon your discipline, to speak before thinking, to react without reflection, to win the moment and lose yourself. But the Stoic walks the harder road. He does not win the moment, he wins the self. Do not be afraid to be misunderstood. Do not rush to explain yourself. Do not trade inner calm for outward applause. Every moment of restraint builds inner strength. Every time you hold your tongue, you sharpen your mind. Every silent act of dignity echoes louder than 1,000 shouts. Let the noise rage around you. Be the still point. You are not here to echo the world. You are here to master yourself. And in this, the tongue is your first trial. Your words, your daily weapon, or your daily offering. Your curse, or your craft. Choose them like a sculptor shapes marble. With patience. With clarity. With care. The tongue strikes deeper than the sword. But the one who has mastered it fears no wound. So, what will you do now, knowing that the tongue strikes deeper than the sword? Will you let your words spill from emotion, or shape them with intention? Will you speak as a reaction, or as a reflection? The Stoic life is not an act of repression, it is an act of refinement. To feel anger, but not be ruled by it. To feel insult, but not be deformed by it. To feel the rise of pride, but answer it with humility. You will not always succeed. You will fail. You will say things you regret. You will lash out. You will fall short. But this too is part of the path, not a deviation from it. To fall is not to be lost. To fall is to be reminded that you are still in training. The Stoic is never finished. His work is never complete. Each moment is a test. Each breath, a choice. And so tomorrow, when someone tests your patience, when a friend disappoints you, when a stranger disrespects you, or when your own thoughts turn cruel inward, pause. Remember this meditation. Breathe. Ask, what would the wise man say here? What would the master of self choose to speak? And if the answer is silence, hold it with strength. And if the answer is kindness, give it freely. And if the answer is truth, offer it gently, with humility. Let this be your training. Let this be your temple, not of stone, but of discipline. The gymnasium of the soul is in the ordinary. It is in traffic. It is in meetings. It is in arguments. It is in texts. It is in family dinners. It is in every moment where words rise up before wisdom catches them. You must be the gatekeeper. You must be the craftsman. You must be the fire that tempers the blade of your own voice until it becomes something worthy of being heard. The tongue strikes deeper than the sword. But the soul, tempered by reason, strikes nothing at all. It only reflects light. It only builds. It only heals. So go now. Return to your day. To the people who will challenge you. To the voices that may not understand you. To the noise that demands you shout. And choose, again and again, to speak like the Stoic. Or not at all. You are the sculptor of your silence. And your speech. And your soul. Make it beautiful. Make it whole. Make it true. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius.